Hey guys, this is Catelyn Roth-Johnson here, Emerald Executive with It Works Global. First of all, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day or your night to watch this. I know life is busy, so thank you for taking the time to watch this. You have either been invited to watch this by myself or one of my teammates. First of all, take that as a compliment that they're sharing this opportunity with you and they think really highly of you for sending this. So first of all, take it as a compliment. Um, and basically we're just going to learn more about what I do, what our team does, just give you more information kind of about me and when I say Emerald Executive, what does that mean and kind of stuff like that. So I'll introduce myself today for you. Yeah, again, my name is Catelyn. Born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. Um, Struggle, I have known most of my life. Struggle was kind of my middle name. I'm 22 years old, so I'm not super old or anything like that. I'm a full-time nursing student, so I go to school, teach group exercise classes, and run my own small business. Now, this wasn't always the case, though. Growing up, I was an extremely shy kid. Extremely shy. Um, I remember the first day of preschool. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and I remember the first day of preschool, I was that kid that literally bawled her eyes out because I was scared. I was fearful, and I really didn't even have anything to be afraid of, but I was scared, and that fear uh, ruled my life. It really did. It even from that young age, now looking back at it, that fear was really always there and always kind of took control of that. So, um, and that continued. So I knew a lot about struggle from a young age. When I was in second grade, my family had a house fire, and it was when I was spending the weekend with my grandparents. So whenever I came back from my grandparents, I lost all of my toys, all of my clothes, my toothbrush. And I know it might not seem as a lot, like a lot, like nobody died or anything like that, but as a second grader, you kind of lose the sense of security that you have when having a home and having a house. Um, and it was still kind of built on that fearfulness and that, tomorrow I could lose everything, like all my toys, all my house, and when you're that age, when you're in second grade, those things mean a lot to you, like your Barbies and Legos and stuff like that. And thank God nobody passed away or died, but that was very traumatic when I was younger, and I knew loss from then. From then on, I knew that, and I knew what it felt like, and that fear kept going throughout my life. When I was in high school, I met an amazing person, um, an amazing human being that totally changed my life. He was my best friend, my boyfriend for 2 years, and he went on a fishing trip to Arkansas, took a private plane, and on the way back, he got into a plane crash and he died. Um, yeah. So knowing knowing kind of my history of growing up, I was used to having good things and losing them, and I was afraid that you know just having a good thing and kind of I was kind of preparing myself that it's good now, it's not going to be always that way, and I kind of built up that wall that distanced myself from other people, from friends, from family. And I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot. um, so yeah, and not only struggled emotionally, but financially. So I'm a very independent person. I go to school full time now. Kind of going back to the business side of it, knowing a little bit about my history. I had a grade school friend that reached out to me I want to say probably around October, maybe a little bit before that, October, September. And she reached out to me saying like, "Hey girl, you teach group exercise classes. I think you would be great at this. It Works as the health and wellness company. Basically, we have a ton of health and wellness products, anything that you could think of. We have the body applicator, so that's the wrap. It tightens, tones, and firms, reduces the appearance of cellulite, like all this crazy stuff." And it sounded good to me, but it sounded too good to be true. And knowing my personality, something that's good doesn't. It's not true. It's not true. It can't be true because good stuff like that just doesn't happen. So I told her off majorly. I was like, "Don't contact me." And knowing how shy I was and how standoffish I was, I I was like, I can't do this. I'm not a salesperson, not even close. Like, I would not succeed at that at all. So I told her off. And so then she sent me some products to try. This one called the Greens, and I really, really liked it, even though I was hesitant to say that I liked it. But basically, the Greens get you 8 servings of fruits and vegetables. It tastes kind of like berries. It was really good, and I really liked it. And I saw a difference with my classes that I teach. So I teach primarily Zumba. I also teach some Pilates and yoga as well, weight classes, kind of a little bit of everything. But people would ask me, like, "Your energy seems up. You just seem more happy. You seem, just different." And I started to lose weight, and I was like, "Okay, like I kind of like this. Like people are noticing, people are asking me." And so yeah, but I was still like, I still don't want to do this. Like that fear that ruled my life, that made me push away some of my best friends, and push me away from the people that really cared about me. Uh, that fear ruled me. So yeah, so then I turned into a workaholic, and I'm sure many of you that are watching this identify with me on that you're probably a workaholic right now. Now maybe you have to be, maybe you choose to be, whatever the case, you're still a workaholic. Now I was definitely a workaholic, and it was because I had to be. At that time, I was extremely unhealthy. I was teaching, it's ironic, I was teaching group exercise classes, but was so unhealthy. Um, Kind of running down my schedule at the time when Camry contacted me. I was teaching probably around 5 group exercise classes a week. So I would basically go to school from around 8, 9 a.m. to about 3. After that, I would have like a quick dinner or quick lunch or, late lunch. Teach a class probably around 6 or 7. Had a few hours after that, and then I had an overnight job at like a gym where I was a janitor at the gym because I needed money. First of all, for school. I had a car. I was living on my own at the time. I mean, I it was really, really exhausting. It was really exhausting. Yeah, the I don't know how I did it. So I was happy if I got 4 hours of sleep a night. I was happy. And then the cycle would continue. I had 2 separate jobs on the weekends, so I didn't even get the weekends off. So um, yeah, so I had 2 separate jobs on the weekends. And that continued, and it was very, very difficult. But I felt like that's really all I could do. I had stuff I had to pay, and I still remember um, the time I used to get my toilet paper from Dollar Tree, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know Dollar Tree is amazing. Dollar stores are the best. Everything's for $1. But I used to buy my toilet paper there, and that was kind of like a thing, kind of that I thought about. I'm like, you know what? Like if I deserve anything, I deserve to have toilet paper that's gonna feel good on my tush. Like that sounds really funny and really weird, but to me it was like, oh my gosh, like I'm buying toilet paper here. Like, I can't even afford to buy actual, like, toilet paper that's gonna feel good on my bottom, you know? And nothing against the dollar store. I still shop there. I still love it. But, you know, I didn't have a choice to shop anywhere else. And I was still struggling, working all those jobs and not having any time for myself. And I didn't have friends because I couldn't. I literally couldn't. I couldn't go out with my friends because I was working all the time and going to school and trying to study and trying to get by. And it was extremely hard. And I knew the life of struggle. And my parents are very, very middle class. They, you know, I just come from a middle class family. We, you know, we can still put food on the table. You know, we're not poor, but we're definitely middle class. And growing up with that, um, I just remember thinking that I can't, I physically can't keep doing this for the rest of my life. I literally can't. Um, and so fast forward to the day when I signed up, I was driving. It was kind of, it's not a highway, but kind of like a road near my house, and I was going from school, one of my nursing classes, to one of my group exercise classes. So I was in between that little hump, you know, driving there. And I think, personally, I think it's by the grace of God or the grace of the universe or whatever you believe in that I got two flat tires on the way home. Um, I had to stop at the side of the road. Um, was crying and so hard. Um, I promised myself I wouldn't cry, but I was just remember feeling so tired and so fed up, feeling like this is gonna be my life forever. I'm only 21 years old, and I'm already feeling like this, already feeling hopeless. Like, what more is there? What more is there? I mean, I can't even, I don't even feel any enjoyment with my life, and that's sad to be saying as a 21-year-old. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm in school, yeah, but I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna die, or I'm gonna die of exhaustion or something. Like, I can't. So, all that was going through my head, well, there was a lot going through my head, but the main thing that was going through my head is that how am I going to pay for these two flat tires? I lived a life of paycheck to paycheck. I budgeted my money so I had just enough to get me from month to month, to pay my bills, to pay school, all of that. I had just enough, like maybe $50 to buy like lunch or something if I needed it, or you know if I forgot to pack my lunch. And that was pretty much how it was. So I did not have enough money to have those tires replaced. And the great part about it was that there was one flat tire in the front and one flat tire in the back. So that means you have to replace all four of them. So I had to buy four new tires. Being a college student and not having that money and not not having it, I didn't know what to do, and I was feeling really lost. And I just remember just thinking, I cannot keep living like this. I cannot keep living like this. And I would tell myself all the time that, oh, this is temporary. Oh, this is temporary. But, you know, my dad, he's been working for UPS for over 35 years. He works his ass off. He works overnight in a warehouse. And I'm sure there were times where he told himself that this is just temporary. And it's not. And it's really, um, he just works so hard, and I just, I didn't, oh God, I just felt like I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I can't repeat that. It really hurt me, and that I see how he hates it, and um, how he hates it, and how, you know, that's just taken so much time away from his family and his friends and his kids, and his taken over his life for something that he hates. I mean, it's more than half of his life that he's spending doing what he absolutely hates. And it's not that I hated really anything that I was doing. I couldn't live a life like that. I couldn't. And my dad and my family and my mom and dad deserve for me not to live a life like that, because they're living that life in order for me not to live that life. So yeah, so what I did, basically whenever you join, it's a $99 startup fee. Most people pay the $99, and it's actually a really good investment because it's not a job. You're starting your own business. If you think about starting a hair salon or starting like a cupcake shop, it's going to be way more, um, way more than $99 to start your own business, um, for that. So this is a really good investment. In your business builder kit, you get everything that you need. Now it's $99 to start. I didn't have that. I was a college student, didn't even have money to fix my tires. So what I did is I pre-sold the 4 wraps in your starter kit. So, like I said, there's 4 wraps in a box, 1 box in your starter kit. So, what the wrap does, it tightens, tones, and firms in 45 minutes, anywhere from the chin down. And yeah, it's really amazing. Just basically, it detoxes your fat cells. So it's unlike anything that's on the market or anything that you've ever seen before. It detoxes your fat cells, so it's not water weight, which is really amazing. It has lasting results. So I was kind of in the mode where I'm like, I have to do this. And my original goal was making $200 a month, just breathing room. And $200 a month was a lot for me. And I know for you guys probably out there, an extra $200 a month could, get you pamper yourself a little bit, or could, you wouldn't have to say no to buying your child's that toy that he really wants at the store, or just a lot of things. You could have a date night with your spouse or with your boyfriend or significant other, and it's really amazing what that $200 can do. So that was my original goal, was to get $200 a month. So what I did is I pre-sold my 4 wraps to get started. That was $99. I started literally the next day. I was scared out of my mind. I was sitting by the computer, by the keypad, just waiting to submit because I was so scared, and I was worried first of all about what people were going to think about me, and just I was really scared. I was really scared. I thought I was going to lose my credibility as a group exercise instructor. I thought, since I'm shy, I'm not going to succeed. How am I going to do this with being so busy and having all these jobs and going to school? Like, I can't take another thing on my plate. Um, little, pretty much any excuse that you could think of, I gave myself. And I'm sure, um, when someone invited you to watch this today, that you probably have, some fears in your head too. So I want you to think about those fears. Talk about them first of all, to me or to somebody else that invited you, and talk about them, because if you feel that way, I can guarantee that at least one of us has felt that way. Um, and I'm so glad I decided to say yes. Now, so I did that. It wasn't an overnight success though. It was not an overnight success. My first check was 27, I believe it was 27.35 or something like that. It was a really little amount. I thought I was a failure. I was really really upset about it. Yeah, $27 was, but I told myself that my why, we call it our why, the reason why we do what we do in the company, my why, I just keep telling myself I can't keep living like this. And that was almost like my mantra that I had like posted on my room, on my walls. I said it constantly to myself that I can't keep living like this, that like I'm made for more, and I truly believe that everybody is. Like, you watching this, you're made for more. You may not realize it yet. I didn't realize it, but gradually I did. So it was an overnight success. There was a couple goals that I really wanted to get, certain ranks I wanted to get in the company by a certain date, and it didn't happen. I tried. I didn't try as hard as I could have because that fear was still in my way. But I thought I gave it my best effort, even though I didn't. But then something miraculous, um, pretty miraculous came about. I was driving to one of my jobs about 3 or 4 months ago. It was at 8:30 in the morning. I was driving just on a normal road. It was kind of a side street. And I was driving and it got, for some odd reason, got a head-on collision with another vehicle. Um, During that head-on collision, I shattered my jaw. So I'm in nursing school. So for those of you medical people, it's like called my mandible bone. So this bone that goes here all the way up to here, it was completely shattered. So what the doctors were saying is that basically, almost like that, if you see like a piece of glass being thrown on the ground and that shatteredness, that's exactly what happened to my jaw. I had a hole in my face. I lost 5 teeth. And it was extremely traumatic. I don't even remember it happening. Um, so with that, I had to have reconstructive plastic surgery from the top lip down. So what you're seeing right now isn't actually my face. I had a hole about the size of a golf ball right here. You can't even see it. Um, and I was in the hospital for about 3 weeks. For Easter, I was in the ICU. Um, the doctors told me that it was going to be about 6 months before I could talk fully again. They told me I need to go to speech therapy. They told me that life was going to be different. I might not be able to do the things I wanted to do. They told me a lot of things that, eating was going to be a struggle. Talking was going to be a major struggle. They told me all of that. And they said that, I might not look the same. Things are going to be a lot different. Now, when that happened, it was, I believe, March. I think it was like the 1st of March or something like that. And I told myself at the beginning of March that I was going to get the Emerald rank in our company and get a $2,000 bonus. Now, the $2,000 bonus was part of our it's called get out of debt bonuses. And I told myself at the beginning of the month that I was going to get it. Now, in the past, I had told myself, oh, you're going to get this, oh, you're going to get that, and it didn't happen. So at the beginning of that March, I told myself that, thinking that, oh, this month is probably going to be the same. I'll try, I'll give it my best effort, but, whatever. So when that accident happened, literally when I gained consciousness, seriously, like the minute I gained consciousness, I took a selfie of myself. I asked one of the doctors, I was like, I need my cell phone right now. And he's like, oh, you typical 22-year-old, and saying all this stuff. And I was like, no, I need my cell phone now. Took a selfie, posted it on Facebook, and told my team, let everybody know that I was still working. That for some reason I had it in, I don't know, it sounds really weird, but I just had this gut feeling that I had to do this because life sometimes throws shit at you that you don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. And for me, it was kind of like I constantly let fear take over my life and keep me from things that I always wanted to do. And now's not the time to be afraid because I have a hole in my face. That they say I might not be able to talk again for at least another 6 months, if not longer. So I told myself, well, I have to do this. I have to be texting. I have to do this because I told myself I was going to. And if I don't do it now, if I don't make that commitment and prove to myself that I can do it now, I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to do it. Um, and that month, the month of March, I got the $2,000 bonus. I was an Emerald, got the Emerald ranking, and Emeralds on average make $1,100 a month. Residual income, and residual means that the income repeats. So it's not just a one-time payout thing. It's something that repeats and can accumulate and grow too. Um, that happened in the end of April, beginning of March. Uh, wait, sorry, beginning of, end of February, beginning of March. Um, Now it's the end of May, and I am talking clearly. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter, and I know you guys are too. And whoever invited you to this is sharing something really special because I don't share my story with everybody. And I know that you at home have your own story right now that is just in the process of being written. It's being written right now. And that you have the opportunity of a lifetime here. If you want a way out, if you really can't stand the way life is being right now, you have an opportunity to change it, which is a blessing. It's a complete blessing. And I tell people that if I was able to get a $2,000 bonus from my hospital bed and I couldn't talk. I couldn't talk. I remember I had a whiteboard. Right? Because I had to write stuff down because I literally could not talk. And I was writing stuff down on the whiteboard to tell the nurses about my products. And, when they were, fixing my IV or drawing blood or something like that, I literally wrote on the whiteboard, gave them one of my coupons, and was trying to share it with them. They thought I was completely crazy. But that's okay. Think I'm crazy. Crazy people are the ones that change the world. So I would rather be crazy than be normal. So I tell people that if you really want this, you can do it. You can so do it. I mean, I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. So I'm going to talk that's a little bit about my stories. This is going to be really, really quick, the end of this, but I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. I kind of cried a little bit, which I don't really do, but yeah. So, we, in our company, like I said, it's $99 to start. We have 3 steps to success. Okay, so 3 things. You're seeing a lot probably about the Ruby bonus, a lot about the cruise, and other stuff like that. So we have 3 steps to being successful. And this is something that even now, me and the rest of my team follow every month. Okay, the first step is to join. Super easy. Joining. Okay, that shouldn't even be a step. Joining. Okay. Um, the second step is getting 4 customers in your first month. Now, it's not something that's crazy. It's not, like 18 people. It's only 4 people. And if you see our catalog and see our website and see some of the products that we have over 30 products. We have literally something for everybody. From a skincare line, all natural, to supplements, to protein powder, to essential oils. Like, we have something for everybody. We also have like an all natural stress reliever, like supplement, like literally for everybody. So finding 4 people and you have a month to do it. Now, here at Works, we don't have any quotas. So you're never going to have to meet any requirements or anything like that. But we do have incentives. So if you complete these 3 steps to success, you'll get the $500 bonus. So that's what I'm talking about right now. Like, we have no quotas. We don't carry any inventory. So that's amazing. We encourage people to definitely use and try the products because how are you supposed to share them with other people if you're not using them? So to me, that only makes sense that you have to use the products. Now, you can use whatever products you want, whatever products you need, whatever products you can afford, but definitely we say try the products because if it's kind of pointless to be sharing them with people when you don't even use them. So, so step 2 is getting your first 4 customers in your first month. You have a month to do it, and you have your entire team to help you, so you're not going to be alone. Nothing to worry about. And when you get your first 4 customers in your first month, you get $120 in product credit, and that's amazing. So that's like $120 shopping spree. Now you can use that money to either buy products for yourself, or you can use it and get wraps, and you can wrap people at parties or wrap people at appointments. A wrap usually is $25. A wrap, so a box of wraps, $59. You make profit off of that. So you can go about that way too. That's the great thing about this business is that you work it how you want it to. So great. So that's the second step. The third step is to go Ruby. Now Ruby is a rank in our company. Basically what it is just helping 3 people get started on this business, earning some extra income, getting started on this crazy adventure. Only 3 people. That's all. And then teaching one of those people to do exactly what you did. So in total, for a Ruby, you have 5 people on your team. So basically, if you get 3 distributors and you help 3 people change their lives on your team, and one of those people you teach and they do the same thing and they get 2 people, then you're a Ruby. So if you do those 3 steps in your first 2 calendar months, then you get a $500 bonus, which is amazing. Like, and that's on top of your commissions, on top of like wrap cash that you would make wrapping people, which is like, we have so many ways to earn, and so many ways to be successful. I have this shirt on. Success isn't luck, it's earned. Same thing with this company. It's earned. And once I found that out, once that clicked with me, is that nothing in life is going to be handed to you on a silver platter. Now you will have people to help you along the way. I will be here for you. Your team will be here for you. The person that invited you will be there for you. But it's earned. So yeah, so we have that. And on top of that, which this gets me even more excited, from now until the end of July, we have the opportunity to earn points to get onto a free all-expense cruise through the Caribbean, which is amazing. And the awesome part about it is that everybody starts on an even playing field. So even the top earners of the company, they still have to earn their spot on the cruise as well. So me, you, anybody that decides to join, we all start at the same spot. Which is good to know. Good to know. And yeah, that's going off in November, so that's going to be really fun too. Now the point system, all it is just basically doing the steps to success. You earn points for doing what you're supposed to be doing in your business. So you earn points for getting customers. You earn points for, getting teammates. You earn points for helping your teammates do well, which is really, really amazing. So, so that kind of concludes what I was talking to you about, the opportunity here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day, out of your night to listen, and just to be open-minded and hear us out and hear what we have to say. If you have any questions, I am super approachable. I have issues still talking a little bit, but I will be happy to answer any questions that you have. This has been the best decision I have ever made in my life. Knowing that my future is not predetermined for me is the greatest, most freeing feeling I have ever felt. I have made so many friends. I mean, before this company, there is no way in hell, pardon my language, that I would have ever been sharing my story. And now I'm comfortable enough. I have the confidence, and it's inspiring other people. Now, I know that you have a story. I know that you've had struggles. Everybody has had struggles. And right now, somebody probably needs to hear your story. Somebody probably needs to be inspired by you. So, we would love to have you on the team. Ask us any questions that you want. We're open books. And I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks so much.